What's going on, everybody? This is your girl Shantae, and I'm back, y'all. I've been gone for a while, but I am finally back. And of course, I told y'all I'm gonna do a few different types of interviews. So virtual interview is what I'm trying to get into because I have a lot of people that I want to reach that's not in Corsicana, which is good. We need to expand. Okay, so we're gonna expand today, and we way in Louisiana today. All right. So I am here with Charity the Realtor. Okay, better known as Charity Martin. Okay. So a lot of my audience, of course, don't know you at all because I really don't know you. Okay. But I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
y'all the power of social media. So I commented on someone's post and she commented on the post as well. So social media, y'all, I'm telling you, social media is what you need to be into. You know, you can do the footwork too, but social media, because I would have never met her if I wouldn't comment on that post. All right, y'all. So for my audience, because like I said, she's not from here, you're from Louisiana. Let us know, who is Charity Martin.
Um, okay, so I am in New Orleans and we got a joke down here because technically New Orleans, we consider ourselves separate from the rest of Louisiana.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Why?
It's a completely different atmosphere in New Orleans than like the rest of Louisiana. We have our own little district. Um, it's just you just gotta visit to know the vibe. But I am a multi-million dollar producer, top producer with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. I initially started doing real estate after Katrina in Shreveport, Louisiana, which that's like my home away from home because that's where my parents are, but my mom is from New Orleans, of course. But yeah, I'm just happy to be here so that I can talk to your subscribers and your followers about the power of real estate, the part that it plays in building generational wealth, and just the benefits of it.
Okay, okay. So, how did you get into real estate?
Oh, it's a crazy story because I took the traditional route. Of course, my parents, they pushed me to go to college. I actually have a bachelor's in psychology. I went to
Mm.
University of North Texas and studied counseling psychology. And it just wasn't my passion. And I had a cousin, Nikki. She was a real estate agent, and I saw, like, how she was getting money basically. Because she had two girls, and I had recently had my daughter back when I got licensed. um and I just was ready to jump into that water and start making money. And at first, money is what drove me to get into real estate, but as I started doing it more and getting more experience, it really has become my passion to help people, educate them on the benefits of real estate.
So, how did you know that psychology wasn't your passion? What was that thing that let you know, like, this ain't it?
Oh, okay. So I worked at Brentwood and they put me on the adult enhanced unit, and it was so depressing. I floated around and I did get to experience working with different types of patients and working on different floors. But mental health is stressful, man. When you deal
Mm.
with people on a daily basis that are dealing with mental health issues, it tends to take a toll on you, especially when you're working with kids. And a lot of times you see that the kids that are dealing with mental health issues, they really can't help it because a lot of times the parents are contributors to that, and just the type of
Mm.
environment that they are living in and have to deal with.
So, I personally would think that working with the children will be easier, I should say, than adults because adults get stuck in their ways. It's kind of like hard to get an
Mhm.
adult to think beyond what they've thought for 25, 30 years, 40 years. versus a child that probably like 14, you know what I mean? And you know,
Working with the children, it was much more rewarding, but it took me a while to just realize, because it's a revolving door. You know, they would get treatment, we would get them regulated on their meds, and you know, a few weeks later they're back.
mm,
And it's no cure for a lot of these mental illnesses and stuff. And although I enjoyed working with the children more, and I had, you know, more hope in the children than the adults because of that very reason, because a lot of the adults were just defiant and were stuck in their ways. But with the children, you know, you kind of sympathize with them more because you know they want to do better. But you know, a lot of it is the parents.
right, right. So with real estate, like you said, at first you got into it for the money. Now, how long was your cousin in it before you got in it?
Um, about 4 years.
Oh, so she was making some money.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So from of course, some people know, but then a lot of people don't. I'm actually taking classes myself, right? And what I was told is that this is actually from a broker. He told me that my advice to you will be keep working, do your real estate part time, don't quit your job. He said
Oh,
save up at least a year worth of money because you're gonna need it your first year of real estate. Is that true? Did you experience that, or did it kind of just like take off for you?
it kind of just took off for me, and especially when I got into a bigger market. That's one of the reasons why I will never sell real estate in a small market. You know, New Orleans has multi-million dollar properties. I target a lot of luxury clients. You know, I get people that call me all the time that have, you know, $200,000 cash. Look, I want to make an offer on this house. Can we close in like 14 days? And when I found that, like when I was in Shreveport, you might get a $3,000 commission check because the average cost of homes is around, you know, 100 to 200,000. And you know, with commissions, you only get 3% of the sale, 6% if you work in both ends of the deal. But I did work when I first relocated back home here. I worked, and after that first year, I knew it was time for me to like quit my regular job when I started like hating to wake up in the morning.
Mm,
And I just couldn't take it no more. It was either sink or swim. So like if I didn't, I think I may have had like $2 or $3,000 saved up, which of course like rent at that time was 800 and something dollars. That was like back in 2014 when I went active full time. And it wasn't nothing like I had to do it. I was gonna be homeless.
right. So when you say a bigger market, explain for the people who don't quite understand what you're saying. Explain what do you mean by bigger market?
Where the houses cost more and the population is higher.
Okay.
A lot more people buy homes here in New Orleans than, for instance, Shreveport. I'm constantly closing at least 2 to 3 deals a month, whereas in average cost of the home too. Like the average cost of a house here is gonna be like close to the 300,000 range, whereas I can go back there and buy a house for like 150,000. The
Hmm.
only thing you're gonna find here in like the 150,000 range is gonna either be in the hood or something that need a lot of work.
Hmm. So, okay, do you suggest like people invest in homes like project homes? You know what I mean? Like when a home needs fixing up, do you suggest that people invest in homes like that as well?
Not if you're a beginner.
Okay, well, explain that.
Um, once you've okay, let me go. If you are a first time buyer and you know that you eventually want to get into investing, I always advise that you get a multi-family property because you can use FHA to buy a multifamily unit, and you can rent the other sides out to get an income off of that. But if you absolutely cannot do a multifamily, you know, start off with, getting your starter home, build up a little equity, and you can pull money from that house once you have equity to buy your next property. Now, as far as the fixer uppers, typically you can only get a conventional loan for that. With FHA, you can do a 203K, which will allow you to do some repairs, but you would have to have a higher credit score. With FHA, you can get approved with as low as a 580.
So what's
Um,
the difference? I didn't mean to cut you off, but I don't want to forget this. The difference between a FHA and a conventional loan. What are the difference here?
okay, so the FHA is a loan that's backed by the government, and the interest rates are typically like universal, because it's regulated by the government.
Hmm.
Conventional varies. Like, say for instance, with any type of FHA, it doesn't matter if you in Georgia, Louisiana, Texas, you're gonna have to put 3.5% down, which
Of the
isn't
cost of the home.
right.
Okay.
um and they're gonna tell you, once you do your application, they're gonna tell you how much home you qualify for.
Okay.
What your loan amount would be and what your maximum amount is. And I advise people, never use your maximum amount, because if property taxes go up, your mortgage can go up.
Mm.
But conventional, you have more flexibility. Is not a lot of restrictions with conventional when it comes to doing fixer uppers. FHA, the home has to be move-in ready. Now,
Mm.
if you looking for a house and you fall in love with one that needs a little work, you can do the FHA 203K. Now, with that one, you're not gonna get approved with a 580 credit score for the 203K. You can with the regular FHA, but with the 203K, I think you need like a 680 or higher.
Mm.
And that will allow you a certain amount within your loan to go towards repairs.
Okay.
And with that, you have to know how to be able to do the legwork, because you have to get bids from different contractors too, that specifically details what work they're gonna be doing and how much it's gonna cost. Bye. I'm sorry, my daughter
You
just
all
walked
right,
in.
girl? Girl, I got kids too. That's why I'm at my space, my building, because I already know it wouldn't go. It wouldn't go right. It wouldn't go right.
Yeah, but if you're just starting out, I would not suggest a fixer upper.
Mhm.
Now, if you have like some equity built up, or if you have quite a bit of money saved up, and it's just a good deal that you can't pass up, um that would be the only way that I would recommend it. Not if it's something that you're trying to live in. If it's strictly an investment property, because a lot of times the contractors go over budget. I have never did a flip or did a investment property where everything went as planned. Never.
Mm. So you have to be open to the fact that it's not gonna go as planned.
Right. Because I
Okay.
mean, hey, you might tear out a wall and you redoing the bathroom, and you might find out that you got plumbing issues.
Right.
You definitely have to set aside a budget for surprises.
Right. Right. So okay. So you don't. So you said multifamily property will be something that a person should invest in first,
Yes,
starting out. Okay.
yes.
Explain to everyone what is a multifamily property.
It's basically a double, a triplex or a quadplex, where you can live on the property and you can immediately have tenants. Like in New Orleans, it's a lot of doubles, like side by side properties,
Mhm.
or duplexes where they aren't side by side, but
Right.
you can have like a building in the front and a entrance on side of the property. That is the fastest way that I have seen my first time home buyers become investors, because
Mm.
you immediately making money off of your investment. I'm working with a buyer right now. She started out with a double. She's ready to move out of it, and she's looking to purchase a second double. The first one that I sold her was a two bath. This one she's moving up to a 3 bedroom. So she'll have two tenants instead of one. And with the new one that she's buying, she'll have a third tenant, and she'll be able to have someone else pay for the mortgage on the properties along with her receiving a profit.
So how do you go about doing that though? So you have to own the property in order to do
Yeah,
that.
when
Okay.
you're looking to purchase, um like whatever budget the lender gives you, just see like if it's like multifamilies in the particular area that you're looking to purchase in.
Okay.
um they are really coming down here. I don't know about like other markets. But I mean, even if you can't do like multifamilies, you can start out with like townhouses or condos or something like that.
Okay.
Because I had a friend who bought a condo downtown close to the parade route, and he Airbnbs one of his bedrooms. He still lives in the property, and he Airbnbs a bedroom, and he generates over $10,000 a month.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, Airbnb. I've heard some good things and some bad things about Airbnb. One thing I was looking into, I heard something about the squatters when you're doing an Airbnb. Have you heard anything about that?
You definitely have to be on the lookout for that guests not wanting to leave and stuff like that. um but with short-term rentals, as long as you're checking on them, that shouldn't be a factor, especially if it's a separate property, because I did see the incident where the lady refused to leave, but she was there for over 10 days. I would never accept like a stay for that long. And
So
then
if you're doing Airbnb, you should probably have like a 2 day, 3 day type of limit on your guests.
yeah, I say 7 days at the most.
Okay. Okay, okay. So you said multi-family property is where you want to start. You also said that you can go to a bank, and once you're applying for the loan, they will tell you how much you approved on. Now
Right.
I never knew that. I thought that once you get denied, you just denied. I didn't know they'll basically tell you your budget, what you're approved on, and of course they're gonna have a list of other properties.
Yeah. Um, Even if, like, say for instance, you see something that you want to put an offer on, when you do the pre-approval and you submit the application, even if you don't qualify for the certain amount of that property, they'll tell you like, okay, you didn't get approved for this one, but this is what your budget is. Now, unless you get flat out denied.
Okay.
Um and the only way that you just completely get denied for FHA is if you don't have the income or the credit score.
Okay. And you said for the credit score, it can be as low as 580.
Yes, but you can't have late payments within the last 2 years. You can't have any delinquent accounts in the last 2 years. You know, a lot of people think if it's on your credit report, you gotta wait 7 years for it to fall off and all of that. That's not true. Typically, when you're trying to get approved for a mortgage, the lender only looks at the last 24 months of your on-time payments and your overall score.
Okay. So the best thing to do before you even go in, because I was gonna go in the marker. So just slow down. Hold on, Kyle. I'm gonna get embarrassed. So the best thing to do is wait a couple of years. Get yourself together. Wait 2 years, and then try to go in. Because, like, let's say, for example, me right now, I know I got some late on there. So the best thing I should do is wait a couple of years, get myself together, and then go.
Yeah. And what I tell my clients to do, I tell them to track their progress on Credit Karma. Now, Credit Karma is not completely accurate because with the mortgage lender, they typically take your middle score from all three credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. They'll look at all three scores and they'll take the middle score.
Hold on, girl. It logged me out. It
Oh,
logged me out. But it's still recording. So we're good. Okay, so say that, go back to the Credit Karma part.
yeah. I always tell my clients to just track their accounts and their progress on Credit Karma. Even though that's not what the mortgage lender is going to use, because with Credit Karma you can get you can see what your score is with one of the credit bureaus. It's going to give you exactly like what accounts are under your that's on your credit report, and it's going to tell you which months you had late payments and which months were the on time payments, so you'll easily be able to keep up with it like that.
Okay. So how do you suggest a person clean up their credit score? Like, let's say you got credit cards. Do you suggest they pay the credit cards off?
Pay all debt down, but do not close them. Don't
Break that
close the
down for
account.
us. Break that down for us.
So say for instance, you got late payments on your credit cards. They do look at how long you've had your credit cards. Even if you was late a couple of months, you just want to pay that debt down, pay all of it out, but keep the card open and active, because when you close the account, it's gonna make your score go down. Anytime you close or drop an account or pay something off, it's gonna make your score go down. But with the credit cards, that's definitely a no. Don't close the accounts. Just pay it off. Now for my people with student loans, I have them myself.
That's the biggest part of my credit right there, is that student loan. So
They
what do I
re-
need to do with that?
they recently passed a law where they only use, I think, 1 or 2% of that debt. And if you have them in deferment, you can get a letter. You can get a letter, saying that you don't have to make payments on it or whatever, or you can switch to an income-based repayment plan. But yeah, I got over $42,000 in student loan debt, and it didn't stop me from buying. I still got approved for 150,000, and I still I had to come up, with a lot of additional money to pay, to get the house that I wanted, but it won't completely keep you from buying.
Okay. So you can do the payment plans on the student loan. Now, see, I set that up, but then I just took it over to forbearance, so I wouldn't have to, But I
Yeah, but
can't.
still, I was still, and look, I'm sitting here, I'm waiting on Joe to get to forgiving some of this debt now because
And trying to get back in office, baby. You ain't did what you supposed to do the first time. Talking about finishing the job. You got to start.
but look, it ain't him, it's them Republicans, and
I know, but come
they
on,
don't care
Joe.
nothing about. Okay, so the most educated group is Black women, right? So they know who is
Speak
affected.
on it.
They know who is affecting. That's why them Republicans don't want to do that student loan forgiveness, because majority of the people with student debt is Black women.
Wow, you know what? Hey, you talking now. You talking. Hold on. Hold
But
on,
look,
y'all.
I'm not even gonna get too far deep in
Yeah,
my
let's not.
with my political theories.
But you know what? I didn't think about that, because if you pay attention, a lot of Black women are getting degrees. A lot of Black women becoming lawyers and
Mhm.
all type of important type of people.
Yep.
But the Black men doing their thing too, fellas. But y'all, look, y'all doing y'all thing too. We just a little bit more advanced. And
Yeah.
that's why y'all need a good Black woman. I be trying to tell y'all that.
Hmm.
Okay. So you've been a realtor for how long?
Oh Lord, 10 years now since
Wow.
2012. I initially got licensed in 2012.
So in 2012. Now, of course, you spoke about Katrina a little bit. So how did that affect you personally?
Um, I I left. I was actually in my freshman year at Xavier when the storm hit, but I evacuated. A lot of my family was more so affected. I have family that didn't evacuate, that had to like sit on top of their roof to get rescued and stuff. But thank God, my parents, anytime my mama sees something on the TV, even like when Ida hit last year, she was like, y'all come on up here. Don't be staying and trying to wait it out. Cause baby, I be hating to evacuate because I hate sitting in that traffic. It's just a major inconvenience. And you gotta think about it. We get storms every year during hurricane season. So
Mm.
nobody expected it to be that bad.
So that's why. So you think that's why a lot of people didn't leave? It's like, you know, this is the norm for us. They say it's gonna be this and that, but I mean, they say that all the time. So you think a lot of people just overlooked it a little bit?
Yeah, and I can't remember which one it was year before last, but it didn't do nothing but rain a little bit, and I was mad as hell that I went all the way up to Shreveport, take my kids, the damn
Well, you
dog.
got to be cautious.
The electricity didn't even go out. But as far as Ida, now I am glad that we came up there for that one because we was without power for 2 weeks.
Mm,
Yeah, and my little
wow.
baby, I think she may have been like a few weeks old because I had her in July and Ida came like at the end of August.
Oh wow.
So we
So
was traveling with a newborn, a pit bull, my two other kids, my
and
husband.
nothing happened. Well, it's better safe than sorry, cause like you just never know. I'm from a
Yeah.
small city, Corsicana, Texas. Like we like 45 south of Dallas. We ain't got to worry about it because we don't be getting that stuff. Like in my city, it just rains and like we don't have enough drains. So chat, we be thinking we finna flood. I'm anything because we the water
And
be
y'all get
going,
snow too, huh?
huh?
Y'all get a lot of snow too,
No,
huh?
girl, the last
Okay.
we got that the biggest snowstorm we ever had was probably like 2 years ago. The storm that hit Texas when
Uh-huh.
they cut off the power. Girl, we was shook. We didn't know what.
I remember that. And I was
Girl, we didn't know what to do. You hear me? We were so shocked. We should have. It was crazy. I'm talking about. But the whole city came together. Everybody was helping everybody. It was crazy. But like you could tell, but we couldn't handle it. We couldn't handle it, cause Rob, you should have. We was panicking. You hear me? We was, and I'm like, it's so crazy because when we get snow, it don't even stick. It normally don't even stick. So the fact that it's stuck and the power was going down and
yeah,
we didn't know what to do.
because I thought it was so weird. I was like, Texas is too far south to be getting some snow now.
We didn't know how to handle it, girl. We did not know how to handle it. So another question I have before we wrap this thing up, because really so much we could talk about, because I really
Yeah.
got a lot more questions. But I'm gonna get on, I'm gonna come to you on a personal level on those questions. But so when choosing a broker, what do you look for? What did you look for personally?
Oh, the cost, what they gonna pay for? Um, I've been with three different brokerages within the 10 years that I've been licensed. And you want to know if they provide a good CRM,
What's
if
that?
they basically a database that you can input all your clients into where you can send them monthly emails, where you can like set reminders of who you need to call because as that client list grows, you gonna need reminders because I got over 300 and some people in my database, and I at least try to personally call and reach out to past clients, and even clients that aren't clients yet, soon to be clients. Because people mention, hey, I want to buy a house, and sometimes they can fall by the wayside when they not ready right then. So you definitely need a CRM where you can set up reminders. Hey, call so and so, follow up with so and so. Another thing that my brokerage does is they help us generate leads through our website. We use Boomtown. And soon we're gonna be integrating KV Core. We could schedule text messages, we could schedule emails. Everything is pretty much automated. Um, we have Chalk Digital, which is the advertising system where like it pulls properties. Like, say for instance, you list a house, you could put the MLS number in there and it can advertise for you on all platforms, Facebook, Google AdWorks, Instagram, all of that. And like my brokerage provides me with it. And like by me being with Berkshire Hathaway, I get a lot of perks. I get a lot of discounts. Let me see if I have my book right here. Um, Here it is. I'ma just go through and show like a couple of benefits and discounts. We get discounts at the Hilton Hotel, the Hyatt, the Marriott. We get discounts with Hertz. Uh, we get a discount with 24-hour fitness, BMW, Tiffany and Co. Like we get a lot of benefits because of the brokerage that we with.
What about flights?
Um, Let me see. Now that definitely would be helpful if we do
Right.
if we do get discounts for flights. I'm gonna be so mad because I had. Now that I don't see in here. I don't see discounts for flights, but we get a discount with T-Mobile, Verizon, Pods, move the little moving and storage thing, ADT. Now we don't have flights because baby, I would be a traveling somebody.
Right.
But yep, the main thing with choosing a brokerage is how much is the commission split. Don't let nobody start you off with 50-50 or 60-40. 70-30 is fair for a new agent, but you also want to know what are the benefits, what are the perks.
So they get 30 and you get 70, or the other way around?
Yeah, you get 70, they get 30.
Oh yeah, that's decent. That's for starter anyway. Yeah.
And see, once you get your broker's license, you can get the maximum split because you could be able to hold your own license. And make sure that you don't have any desk fees on top of that commission split. Make sure you don't have any hidden fees, because with one brokerage that I know of that's pretty popular, they charge a transaction fee, they charge a desk fee.
We're gonna talk about that off camera because I want to know which one, girl.
Yes. So the main thing is how much of your money you're gonna get to keep and what are the benefits. What are they gonna provide for you to be successful?
Right. Okay. All right. So let everybody know how they can contact you, especially if they in Louisiana and they would like to get some property, or they want to just go and look with you, just sit down and talk with you. Let them know how they can contact you through social media or phone or whatever you want to put out there.
Yes. You can reach me on Facebook, Charity Shed New Orleans Realtor, Instagram, Charity_the_realtor. And I'm on TikTok, Charity the Realtor as well. That's pretty much it. It's not that many charities out there, so y'all can find me, or y'all can Google me straight up. Charity Shed
Oh,
New Orleans
Google me, you
Realtor.
hear me?
Look, I'll be Googling myself
Just
sometimes.
to see what they say, huh? So you be on TikTok doing the dances, or you be about business?
Girl, I be about business. I do a lot of walkthroughs and stuff. My daughter, we did a dance one time, and it took me forever to learn that dance.
Yeah, they done changed up. Even all the dances we used to do, they done changed them up, made their own dance. Soldier Boy, Superman, they had his own dance.
Oh,
Y'all done messing up the class.
I
Baby, this
be
is
telling
silly.
my daughter that is old, ain't nothing new under the sun. We was
Nothing
doing it when
new.
I was little.
All right, but thank you so much. You got a YouTube channel as well, right?
Yes, Charity the Great. Um, you could, yeah, it'll come in when you Google me. I'm a little controversial on there. It's not strictly real estate. I do drop some gems about real estate on my page, but it's more of a commentary channel and give you a little insight of my thought process when it comes to news and events and current current stories.
Right. Just letting them know, like, you just gotta let them know your personality a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you, girl. But thank you so much for your time. I'm definitely gonna message you because it's more to talk about. She want her mama, baby. She said I got to have my mama. But I'm definitely gonna contact you because I got a lot more questions, and I feel like you got the answers. And with
Yes.
your help, I'm gonna be a homeowner, y'all, by 2024.
Yes,
We
you
gonna
can
push
do it.
this process. Even though
Yep,
I
all
said
you
2
gotta do
years.
is follow the process. And thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, see you later.
All right.